Here's how the song ranking is structured. Every ChxmicaL song falls into one of 5 tiers, each based on replay value, originality, and how strongly the track represents ChxmicaL as an artist. First up is the trash tier, 35 to 29. These songs offer little to no replay value, or they aren't fully ChxmicaL's original work. Think of that as covers, snippets, or tracks where he only produced the beat. They're not bad, but compared to the rest of his catalog, they naturally fall to the bottom. The good tier, number 28 to 23. Your standard solid ChxmicaL tracks. They're enjoyable, they have decent replay value, and they represent his style well, just not enough to break into the higher tiers. The great tier, 22 to 16. These are the strong ChxmicaL songs with a clear personality, memorable moments, and above average replay value. They're the tracks you come back to often even if they're not quite peak material. The peak tier, 15 to 6. This is where ChxmicaL is firing on all cylinders. High replay value, strong vocals, clean mixing, unique ideas. These songs define why people love his music. And of course, the top 5, the infinite replay tier. These are the absolute best of ChxmicaL's catalog. The songs you show someone when they say, play me one of his tracks. Infinite replay value, no skips, no flaws, just pure peak ChxmicaL. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and start. First up in our trash tier, number 35, Slasher, Curse Main featuring ChxmicaL.
ChxmicaL, you're so toxic.
Stupid little bitch, I can smack you from a mile away. You fake ass fucking hoe, can't believe I tried to make you stay. Throw yourself at me, then you leave me just like damn okay. I'm the ghost inside your walls, so it's reaching time to play. Slice into your gut, go and complain to your dad. Pussy fucking bitch, drive this knife into your back.
Why dead last? This one, yeah, there's no sugarcoating it. Slasher lands at the very bottom for a reason. The first red flag hits immediately. How is ChxmicaL listed as a feature when he's basically the main artist here? He opens a track, carries the entire first half, and has more presence than Curse Main himself on his own song. The track is only 2 minutes and 23 seconds, and Curse Main doesn't show up until the 1 minute and 23 second mark, then disappears again before the 2 minute mark. And when he finally enters, the vocals are rough. Not experimental rough, not underground raw rough, but accidentally funny rough.
I'm a motherfucking god, pussy boy, I'm getting rich. Walking in this bitch, shooting shots, leaving in a ditch. Fucking up my life, she a hoe, she a fucking witch. You know I'm a slasher and your girl giving me a quick. Yeah, ayy, she a freaky bitch, gotta blend her.
It's honestly a little cringe, and it almost felt like a troll track, except it's official. ChxmicaL himself sounds solid. This era of his music that has that early career I'll cry with anyone energy, but the song around him doesn't hold up. The beat feels like a quick BandLab experiment, the mix is flat, and the replay value is basically 0 once Curse Main enters. If this were just ChxmicaL's part, it might scrape by with a 4.3 out of 10, but with Curse Main included, it drops to a 2 out of 10, with ChxmicaL being the only thing keeping it from hitting rock bottom. Number 34, Curb Stomp, Kyra Moon featuring ChxmicaL. Barely escaping last place, Curb Stomp is a song that feels like it's fighting Slasher for the 35th spot, and honestly, on a different day it could have swapped places. But here's a key detail from ChxmicaL himself. Most of the parts that make the song sound rough aren't even him. That infamous groaning scream that derails the entire intro? Not him. That harsh, chaotic final verse? Also not him. The only section actually performed by ChxmicaL is the middle vocals, and while they're fine, they're surrounded by 2 extremely abrasive sections from the other artist, the same person responsible for the issues in Slasher. So, even before ChxmicaL enters, the track has already taken a nosedive, which is a shame because the instrumental starts off as promising. That heavy electric guitar intro sets up something raw and intense, until the scream hits and completely violates the vibe.
You better shut the fuck up. Close your head, can you swear it's not up? Little bitch, ain't no way you gon' get knocked up. Go fucking talking, little bitch, you gon' get fucked up. It's fucking story, yeah, you fucking piece of shit. You know who the fuck you are, yeah, your ass again. It's a chill, stupid, or you gon' come back for more, yeah. Cause you're running, yeah, I believe you're running on the floor, son.
By the time Kim's real vocals arrive, the damage is already done and the song never recovers. The only reason this ranks above Slasher is the production. The beat here is cleaner and more interesting, but as a whole, the track just doesn't land, and since ChxmicaL's contribution is limited to the middle section, it doesn't feel like his song anyway. So Curb Stomp settles comfortably at number 34, not because of ChxmicaL, but because everything around him drags the track down. Number 33, R.I.P. We Love Scully featuring ChxmicaL.
ChxmicaL, Chemical, you're so toxic.
Pussy fucking bitch, don't you come and talk your shit. You go end up in a ditch. Yeah, your skull is gonna get split. Fuck, keep on acting tough. Yeah, you goofy fucking prick. Can you keep the fucking act when your head smashed in a brick? Come on, fight back, little bitch. Fight back, little.
Similar to the 34th entry, this track just doesn't land for me, and it starts with the very first voice you hear. Technically, that is ChxmicaL, but it just doesn't sound like him. The style he's going for is unique, and honestly, I think it could have worked if he revisited it with his modern sound, but in this version, it feels more experimental than effective. The bigger issue for me here is the overall vibe. I'm not a fan of heavy screaming songs to begin with, so this one was never going to rank too high. The lyrics themselves are mostly fine, but the excessive cursing drags the song down. When Scully enters around the 58-second mark, it feels like every other word is a curse, and instead of sounding intense or catchy, it just becomes distracting.
Got up on my gun, I'ma make you fuckers run. Shooting shit for fucking fun, I'ma fuck up on your hunt. You ain't fucking shit, bitch. Fuck your fucking click, bitch. Fuck your fucking hoe, bitch. Got a fucking Glock, bitch. Let that shit rip, little motherfucking bitch. I'ma kill you fucking too, I don't give a.
I don't mind cursing in music at all, but when it's overused, it stops adding energy and starts feeling unnecessary. The intimidating tone they're aiming for doesn't come off as cringy like Slasher, but it also doesn't sound particularly good. Between the screaming, the beat not fully clicking with me, and the over-the-top profanity, this track ends up sitting comfortably at number 33. Number 32. The Fuck You Mean? We Love Scully featuring ChxmicaL.
All you pussies wanna fucking run from me. I don't blame you when I got a red dot and a fucking beam. Wanna fuck with me, I grab my boy ChxmicaL, little bitch. Wanna fuck with us and we'll just shoot you in your fucking shit. Like, I don't have no time for.
My bottom 5? My issues with this track starts immediately when the vocals come in because, for some reason, the beat is noticeably louder than the vocals. You really have to focus just to understand what either artist is saying, and that alone holds the song back more than anything else. The track opens with We Love Scully, and it's actually nice hearing him shout out ChxmicaL before Kim's verse even starts. And once ChxmicaL comes in, we finally hear that iconic raspy tone that matches the version of him that we know today. He delivers his verse more slowly than usual, which actually fits the beat's pacing really well. The aesthetic could have worked, but again, the mix ruins it.
She think that I love her, truth is I can't stand that bitch. If I had the chance I'd do her in a tiny little ditch. But I like the way she ride up on my motherfucking dick. So I'll keep the collar on her while she's sucking on my dick. Take my time to garbage skull.
The vocals sit so low under the instrumental that, unless you already know the lyrics or have a Genius page to follow along with, which you don't, because We Love Scully isn't on Genius, you're basically left guessing what's being said. It turns listening into work, not enjoyment. And at the end of the day, there's nothing terribly wrong with the song itself, it's just everything above it is ranking so much stronger, cleaner, and more memorable. This one lands at number 32 simply because the mixing holds it back from reaching its potential and ruins it. Number 31. Cybernetic Psychedelics, unreleased.
Cybernetic psychedelics modify my genetics. Hook me up into your system, baby, you are my prosthetic.
Before you ask, yes, I'm fully aware this technically isn't a song, it's only a 10-second snippet, and before you ask the next question, yes, I genuinely believe that even at 10 seconds long, it's still better than everything ranked below it. I really do like this snippet, but just like in my Robopub ranking video from January, I can't rank something based on its potential. A song can only be judged on what it is, not what it might become, and what we have right now is just that, a snippet, unreleased, unfinished. A tiny preview of something that could be great, but just isn't fully here yet. Because of that, I can't place it any higher. Not because it's bad, far from it, but because it's not a full song. We don't know what the complete version will sound like, how the structure will build, or what direction the final mix will take. So for now, it sits comfortably at number 31, and I'm genuinely excited for the full release. I just can't wait to see where it lands once I judge the entire track. But until that day comes, here at number 31 at rest. Fun fact, I have dozens of unreleased ChxmicaL tracks, but out of respect for the artist, this is the only one that will be on the list. From here on out, every single song you can listen to publicly. Number 30, Color Your Night, cover.
Time to shine and I'm down to rock. I'm gonna
gonna drive until the break of dawn, wilding out. I'm on a mission, grinding out whatever it is I gotta do. Riding out until the day I meet you, I'm riding out. I look up at the sky, see Escalado. But never let it faze me and keeping good vibes. When I'm on the road, I watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing unties us.
According to ChxmicaL himself, this track is a cover of the original Call Your Night from Persona 3 Reloaded, created by the Atlas sound team. And honestly, I'll take here, I like this version way more than the original. The first time I heard the OG, I wasn't a fan of the opening vocalist at all, but when I played ChxmicaL's cover, I was genuinely shocked by how much more I enjoyed it. His tone fits the instrumental in a way that feels smoother, cleaner, and a way more emotionally grounded than the original performance.
Shining, I'm down around. I'm gonna drive until the break of dawn, rounding out. I'm on a mission, riding out whatever it is I gotta do. Riding out until the day I meet you. I'm riding out. I look up in the skies, asking out a while, but never let it faze me. I'm keeping good vibes when I'm on the road. Watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing unties us.
Shining, I'm down to ride. I'm gonna drive until the break of dawn, wilding out. I'm on a mission, grinding out whatever it is I gotta do. Riding out until the day I meet you, I'm riding out. I look up at the sky, see Escalado. But never let it faze me and keeping good vibes. When I'm on the road, I watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing unties us.
It's one of those rare moments where a fan-made cover actually elevates a song instead of just recreating it. But at the end of the day, that's exactly what holds it back. It is a cover. No matter how good it sounds, and it does sound great, it just can't rank too high in a list that's meant to judge ChxmicaL's original work. It's impressive, it's well performed, and it's absolutely worth listening to, but it's still not his song. So comfortably lands at number 30, not because it's weak, but because everything above it is original material that defines who ChxmicaL is as an artist. Closing off our trash tier is number 29, Funk de Morte.
Bom dia, xereca, minha foto tá melhor forma. Olhando pra mim, com a boca na minha piroca. Olhando pra mim, com a boca na minha piroca.
The song is actually great, no exaggeration. It's fully in Portuguese, the cover art goes hard, and the vocals are surprisingly clean and super catchy. The whole track is so editable that I'm honestly tempted to post an edit of it on my YouTube shorts. It has the perfect chaotic but smooth vibe that works. So with all that praise, you might just be wondering, hey doc, why is it ranked so low? And that, my dear viewer, comes down to one simple thing. ChxmicaL only made the beat, he didn't do the vocals. That's really the deciding factor. The production is solid, the vibe is fun, and the track is absolutely worth listening to, but in a ranking video that's meant to highlight ChxmicaL's artistry, the songs where he actually performs are naturally going to rise above the ones where he's only behind the boards. So, Funk de Morte lands at number 29 and ends the trash tier. Not because it's weak, but because everything above it showcases more of ChxmicaL himself. Starting off our good tier is number 28, Fuck It All.
That little bitch, she sucking on my dick, she thinks she funny, huh? Acting like she want me, but she want me for my money, huh? She says she wanna stay and I'm her man, I think it's funny, yeah. Take a closer look, this necklace silver, it ain't cool, huh? You lying in my ear, shut the fuck up, bitch, I hear ya. Keep on saying shit, I control, I'll delete ya. Chopping up your body, I would sure hate to be ya. Drag your body in the woods so nobody else can see ya, hey. Fuck it all, girl, you ain't the one. 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 Fuck it all, girl, you ain't the one.
Originally SoundCloud exclusive for 2 years, Fuck It All finally made its way to YouTube on October 17th, 2025. At just 79 seconds, it's one of ChxmicaL's shortest tracks. Fun fact, that's the same exact length as RoPup's shortest song, Silly Girl. Now, I actually enjoy parts of this track. The vocals don't even start until the 23rd second mark, but once they do, ChxmicaL delivers a genuinely solid verse from 23 seconds to 45 seconds. It's clean, it's emotional, and it shows off the flashes of what the full song could have been. But here's the problem, and the reason it lands in the good tier but still ranks low. It's way too repetitive. From 46 seconds until the 1 minute and 7 second mark, ChxmicaL repeats the line, "Fuck it all girl, you ain't the one," over and over. And yes, I know it has symbolic meaning, trust me, you'll definitely see an over-analysis of this short track soon, but objectively, the repetition drags the song down. There just isn't enough variation or progression to give it strong replay value. So while Fuck It All has a nice moment in the middle and some emotional weight behind it, the structure holds it back. That's why it sits at number 28. Not terrible, not amazing, just a short repetitive track that doesn't quite reach its potential. Number 27. Wake the Dead. Rotting Corpse featuring ChxmicaL.
What the fuck is going on? What's he bitch? See my AK-47 start to run. I don't care what they all say, that bitch is gonna run this place. And if he doesn't run this place, I'll put him 6 feet in this motherfucker. What do you want from me? Bitches really wanna be, they be doing what they know to me. These fuckers cannot fucking see, I think they for eternity. Why won't they let me fucking be after layers we pray? Then we play.
Before I even get to the song itself, we need to address the weirdest part about the track. You literally can't listen to it anymore. At some point, the entire Rotting Corpse album was wiped from YouTube and Spotify. Back in October, he said the project was getting a revamp, but as of now, none of his content is available anywhere. So, unless I re-upload it myself, the song is basically lost media, and that alone already hurts its replay value. Once you do hear it, this track starts off with a sudden loud screech that catches you completely off guard. It's only a split second, but it sets the chaotic tone right away. After that though, the lyrics written by Rotting Corpse are actually pretty solid. The problem is the mixing. His vocals sit slightly under the beat, similar to the issue in The Fuck You Mean by We Love Scully. You have to really focus to understand what he's saying, and that's not ideal for a song that relies heavily on its verses. There's also some strange quirks like a random beeping noise at the 43rd second mark that feels unintentional. But once you lock on to Rotting Corpse's verse, it's generally decent, it just needs a cleaner mixing to shine. Then at the 1 minute and 17 second mark, ChxmicaL enters, and this is where the song hits its peak. His verse is one of his hardest performances ever, and it's honestly underrated because so few people even know this collab exists.
So he coughing up a couple teeth. He call himself the beast, so it's this animal cruelty.
Despite being a one-time pairing, Rotting Corpse and ChxmicaL match each other's energy perfectly. It's raw, aggressive, and surprisingly cohesive. Overall, Wake the Dead is a track buried under messy mixing, missing uploads, and a sudden disappearance from all platforms. I like it, especially Kim's verse, as it definitely carries the song, but the technical issues and the currently unavailability keep it at number 27. Number 26. Wicked. We Love Scully featuring ChxmicaL.
Bitch, tie shit, put them in the motherfucking mosh pit. Wanna fuck with me, I don't do it, bitch. I'ma kill you motherfucking click real quick. Ayy, now watch your fucking mouth when you talking to me. Put that pussy boy down in a fucking deep. I don't give a fuck about no pussy fucking bee. Wanna fuck with me, I'll put you down in a deep like.
Out of every collaboration between We Love Scully and ChxmicaL, this is easily their best one. It put tracks like R.I.P. and The Fuck You Mean to shame. Everything that went wrong in those songs, the loud beat, the muddy mixing, and the over-the-top cursing, gets fixed here. Scully's voice works shockingly well on this track. His delivery is clean, the mixing finally gives him space to breathe, and the back and forth between him and Kim is excellent. This is a dynamic they should have had in every collab. Balanced energy, clean vocals, and a beat that doesn't drown out anyone. And then there's ChxmicaL.
Hello, bitch, you enjoying the song? Are you smart enough to see where the fuck you were wrong? Little pussy hitting bitches and he thinking he's strong. Yeah, I fuck about my life since you think you belong. Little bitch.
His iconic tone is fully present again, and his second verse is the highlight of the entire song. He comes in sharp, controlled, and confident. The exact version of him that fans love. The chemistry between the two is the best it's ever been, and honestly, it makes the weaker collabs even more confusing because this track proves they can work together perfectly. Overall, Wicked is a genuinely strong track that shows what Scully and Kim are capable of when everything clicks. It lands at 26, not because it's weak, but because the songs above it simply hit harder. But as far as their collabs go, this one is the gold standard. Number 25. Goodbye.
You're so toxic.
Watch the blood leak from the rest. around my car inside a fucking ditch. Push your knife into my fucking chest. Watch me fade in and out of death. Help me tie this rope around my neck. Go and ghost and try to disconnect.
Goodbye is one of the darkest, most emotionally heavy tracks in ChxmicaL's entire catalog. From the very first line, the song dives into straight themes of suicide, heartbreak, and emotional collapse. It's not subtle, it's raw, blunt, and intentionally uncomfortable. The imagery is violent and self-destructive, but it's also used to paint a picture of someone who feels completely abandoned and disconnected from the world. The structure is simple but effective. Short, looping verses that repeat certain lines like a mantra, almost like the narrator is stuck replaying the same thought over and over. The repeated references to bleeding, crashing, and fading in and out of consciousness aren't just shock value. They're a reflection of someone spiraling and trying to make sense of the pain left behind by someone they cared about. What really elevates the track is the final moment, the disconnected phone line message. After all the chaos, all the desperation, all the violent imagery, the song ends with a cold, emotionless, automated voice message telling you the number is no longer in service. It's symbolic, and honestly, one of the most effective outros in ChxmicaL's sad song catalog. It's the final confirmation that the person he's reaching for is gone, not just emotionally, but literally unreachable. Alternatively, the phone line message could be the girl he's singing to finally calling him back, only for it to go to voicemail as he finally took his own life. Musically, the track is minimal, almost hollow, which fits the theme. There's no big drop, no flashy production, just a bleak atmosphere that lets his lyrics take center stage. It's not a song you vibe to, it's a song you sit with. Goodbye lands at number 25 because while it hits hard, it's not a track you loop casually. Still, as a sad ChxmicaL song, it's one of his most direct and haunting. Number 24, Came From the Grave. Came From the Grave is one of those tracks where ChxmicaL leans fully into his horror trap persona. The undead imagery, the mud and rain visuals, the violent metaphors, the whole back from the coffin aesthetic. It's dramatic, over the top, and intentionally theatrical. The hook repeats like a chant, almost like he's rising from the dirt with every line, and it sets the tone immediately. Ziller's production gives the song a sharper edge. This is the kind of track that's built around the energy and attitude rather than the emotional depth. The chainsaw references, the outlaw bars, the threats, it's all a part of the exaggerated horror movie vibe the song is going for. The mixing here is notably cleaner than some of the songs in the lower tiers, and the vocals sit properly on top of the beat, the hook is clear, and the beat made from Ziller is undeniably catchy. Kim's signature tag hits right after the verse, and his presence anchors the track with that familiar raspy tone. It's a solid horror trap banger, but it's not one of those tracks you loop endlessly, or someone as a must-hear ChxmicaL moment. It does its job well. It doesn't go beyond that, however. Still, as a mid-tier ChxmicaL track, Came From the Grave delivers exactly what it promises: energy, attitude, and a full commitment to the undead aesthetic. Additionally, the new cover made by Acid is so much better than the old one. Number 23, Stitches.
Yeah, I need some fucking stitches, cause I'm loose on all my hinges. About to break it any moment till you come and fucking fix it. Now it's none of your damn business what I do with all my bitches. Watch you squirm and fucking pivot till your body goes into an epileptic shot. Malicious, now I've gathered your attention, cause I'm looking so malicious. Like a dog, I'm kinda vicious. Yeah, you're so fucking ambitious. Yeah, you act like you're delicious, but you try to fucking kill us. What's the
Stitches is one of those classic mid-tier ChxmicaL tracks where the energy, the attitude, and the personality carry the whole experience. From the opening line, you jump straight into that unhinged chaotic persona, talking about falling apart, needing to be fixed, and spiraling into frustration. It's messy on purpose, and that's part of the charm. The hook is catchy in that aggressive, toxic way ChxmicaL does so well. It's repetitive, but intentionally so, like he's stuck in a loop of anger, ego, and emotional exhaustion. The whole "I'm loose on all my hinges" theme sets the tone for the rest of the track: unstable, confrontational, and fed up. The first verse is pure venom. He switches between calling out fake friendships, mocking someone's ambition, and throwing out insults with that signature mix of humor and hostility. It's exaggerated, theatrical toxicity, the kind of over-the-top persona that defies a lot of his early work. The delicious ad-lib adds to a chaotic vibe, making the verse feel like a villain monologue. The second half of the verse is where the track really picks up. He goes rapid fire, calling out drama, fake relationships, and someone who keeps pulling him into pointless arguments. It's one of his more animated performances, not his deepest writing, but definitely one of his most entertaining rants. The final line before the hook hits again is one of the best deliveries in the song, snapping the whole verse shut with the attitude. So, with all that said, why does Stitches only land at number 23? It's simple. It's good, not great. It's fun, chaotic, and loud, and it's full of personality, but it doesn't have that standout production of the higher tier tracks. It's a solid ChxmicaL banger with memorable hooks and strong verse, but it doesn't push beyond that. Still, as far as Toxic Anthem Kim songs go, Stitches is one of the more enjoyable tracks, and it earns a spot on the top of the good tier. Number 22, Bounce Bitch, ChxmicaL featuring Zealous Hurt and MercyKill.
Chillin' with your bitch, I see the light flash. Yeah, we go kick back, smoking on gas. Yeah, taking more hits from my blood, don't pass. Yeah, getting that kefir in the bin, got gas. Yeah, shorty, she suck on my dick till she choking shit. Shut the fuck up, pussy boy, why you talking shit? I've been on fire like Noah's bitch. Where the fuck you looking at me, don't notice this. Grab on the rifle, I aim through the scope and shit. Racing the limits, I blast like a focus, bitch. Got a new Glock with attachments. Niggas get killed and they put it in the basket. Storing the ammo in boxes like baskets. Score on the bitch like I'm Dirk with a basket. Yeah, bitches, they loving the lamp truck. People not passing up, niggas, they know that I'm pitting up. Raising my middle, bitch, I couldn't give a fuck. Show me the
Starting off the great tier, we have one of the wildest, most chaotic collabs in ChxmicaL's entire catalog. Bounce Bitch is pure energy. 3 artists, 3 completely different styles, and somehow it all blends into one loud, reckless, club-ready anthem. Zealous Hurt opens the track with a verse that's basically a full sprint, nearly yelling, flexing, talking trash, and throwing out lines like he's trying to break the mic. His delivery is aggressive and unfiltered, and while it definitely fits the vibe, it's also the main reason this song doesn't climb higher. I'm just not a fan of yelling heavy verses, and Zealous Hurt and especially MercyKill go all in that style here. But once ChxmicaL enters, the dynamic shifts instantly. His verse is smoother, more controlled, and honestly, the highlight of the entire track because it calms things down.
love when you get on the dick.
He fucking that bitch and I think that she moan. Even her friend tryna blow up my phone. They want me to beat their shit up like hers. Coming right up cause they ain't immatures. But they all funny, they don't wanna take turns. They all say they got new tricks they could learn. This little bitch, she know how to suck dick. She gon' need some tryna teach her some tricks. Running that shit just like a joystick. Riding the dick, she gon' do it real quick. Look at my neck, different kinds of lipstick. This little bitch, she gon' bounce on my dick. Taking the dick and she super obsessed. One of my side, she just like an unrest. One of my lap and she halfway interest. Think you can take it, then bitch be my guest.
He brings that signature toxic charisma, that confident flow, the slick delivery, the playful bragging. It's one of those moments where he elevates the whole song just by showing up. Then, MercyKill comes in with a verse that feels like a completely different genre crashing through the door. It's chaotic, violent, and unhinged in a way that somehow works.
When I'm pocket rocket, I can profit, always stop it. I love violence, I love problems, I'll be stopping on my classes, drinking Molly water, walk inside the office, shopping off the collar. Say shit, then I wanna break all these bitches' bones. Hate this, life I been stuck inside on my fucking own. I'ma go ape shit, I'm losing my mind, man, I patiently waiting. And see all these faces, when I'm on the stage, getting these famous. Bounce bitch, make that body rock like ounces, when I smoke inside the night. Round trips to towns, bitch, when I fly, I do it right.
His flow is fast, his imagery is extreme, and he adds a gritty edge that balances out the more playful parts of the track. The chemistry between all three artists is surprisingly strong. They bounce off each other well, the beat hits hard, and the hook is catchy in that this shouldn't work but it does kind of way. Fun fact, this is the only ChxmicaL song where the N-word appears, said by Zealous Hurt, of course, not by ChxmicaL himself. Which adds another layer of this track's wild energy. It's at the bottom of the great tier because while the collab is fun and the dynamic is great, the yelling heavy delivery from MercyKill just isn't my style. It certainly does work in the context of the song and even makes it a strong track, but not one I loop endlessly. Still, it's easily one of the most entertaining multi-artist collabs in ChxmicaL's catalog. Loud, messy, and truly unforgettable. Number 21, Best Friend.
I'm all up in your skin, fuck it with me, baby. Yeah, we gotta go do that again. Involve sucking empty up because you texting elder man. Got you looking frozen like a motherfucking mannequin. Left, right, down, bitch, shake it like it's about to break. Girl, you moving fast, better step down on the fucking brake. Pin down on the ground, make her whole entire body ache. Gripping on your neck, I leave you wet just like a snowflake. Got these bags, fucking, I ain't talking money, bitch. Get up on the ground, what the fuck is fucking funny, bitch? Try to
This is one of the most fun toxic energy tracks in ChxmicaL's catalog. It's messy, aggressive, petty, and dramatic, exactly the kind of chaotic storytelling he excels at. Originally SoundCloud exclusive for 2 years, the track finally made its way to YouTube on February 6, 2026, giving it a second life and letting more people hear one of Kim's early stand-up performances. The song opens with that signature delivery, and from there, it's just non-stop venom. The whole track is built around the narrative of betrayal, jealousy, and frustration. A girl who keeps texting other guys, lying, playing games, and dragging him into drama. ChxmicaL responds the only way early era Kim knows how to, with violent metaphors, unfiltered insults, and a tone that swings between mocking and furious. The hook is catchy in that angry boyfriend anthem way, and the verses are packed with a kind of over-the-top threats and dark humor that defines his early SoundCloud era. It's not meant to be deep, it's meant to be chaotic, loud, and entertaining. It's a great track with strong replay value, but the songs above it simply have more depth or more iconic moments. Still, Best Friend is a perfect track for great tier, chaotic, memorable, and undeniably ChxmicaL. Number 20. Fuck Love.
You ignoring all my texts like a bitch, and I hate to fucking say it, but you just like the rest. Wait a minute, while you fucking on somebody else, you know how I feel, but you only think about yourself. Wait a minute, while you fucking on somebody else, you know how I feel, but you only think about yourself. Wait a minute, bitch, you say I'm like the rest, but you only fucking play it cause you know that I'm the best, yeah. And you only wanna talk shit, acting like you loyal, but you know that that's some fake shit. Every day this is the same shit, argue back and forth until we both fucking break shit. Fuck.
We hit a really important milestone in ChxmicaL's catalog, his first ever official song. And honestly, for a debut, Fuck Love is shockingly strong. It's raw, emotional, and already shows the lyrical instincts that would define his later work. The entire track is built around betrayal, frustration, and the kind of heartbreak that turns into anger. The hook repeats like a wound he keeps poking. Being ignored, being lied to, being replaced, and being treated like he's disposable. It's simple, but it hits because it's real. You can tell this was written from a place of genuine hurt, and not just for shock value. What makes this debut stand out is how clean the mixing is, especially compared to other early era underground artists. The producer, Radius, deserves huge credit here. The vocals sit perfectly on the beat, the instrumental is crisp, and nothing gets drowned out. It's the opposite of Ropuff's first song, entitled Glitch Inside My Heart, where the potential was there, but the mixing held it back. Here, the production actually elevates the writing. The verse keeps the same emotional tone, calling out lies, fake loyalty, and the cycle of arguing until everything breaks. It's not complex, but it doesn't need to be. The simplicity is what makes it relatable. It's the sound of someone who's hurt, angry, and tired of pretending everything's fine. So, with all that said, it only lands at number 20 because it's a great song. Not peak or top tier, but a genuinely strong debut with real replay value. It's emotionally honest, very well mixed, and surprisingly polished for a first release. The songs above it just have more depth, more complexity, or more iconic moments. But as a starting point of ChxmicaL's entire discography, Fuck Love absolutely earns its spot in the great tier. Number 19. You Ruined Love for Me. At number 19, we hit one of the most underrated and emotionally raw tracks in ChxmicaL's entire catalog, a song that spent nearly 2 years hidden on SoundCloud under the title Sacudir Ese Burro, before finally being released to YouTube on October 10th, 2025. Same song, same vocals, same pain, just accessible to more people. This track is pure heartbreak mixed with self-destruction. From the very first line, Kim sounds exhausted, betrayed, and emotionally drained. The whole song revolves around a toxic relationship that's left him spiraling, hating himself, and trying to figure out why he keeps getting pulled back into someone who clearly doesn't care about him. The delivery is slurred, emotional, and almost defeated. It feels like it was recorded in one take at 3 a.m., and honestly, that's what makes it hit. The mixing was rough in a good way, and it adds to the feeling that he's falling apart while trying to hold the verse together. The hook repeats like a confession he's forcing himself to say out loud. He knows this person ruined love for him, but he still can't fully let go. It's messy, honest, and painfully relatable. The verse keeps that same energy, calling out lies, calling out fake loyalty, and admitting he's drinking himself into an oblivion just to cope. There's a moment where he snaps into a more confident tone, talking about people wanting him, wanting his attention, and wanting his energy, but even that just feels like he's trying to convince himself more than anyone else. What makes this song land at number 19 is the emotional weight. It captures a moment in ChxmicaL's life where everything felt unstable, and he turned that chaos into a song that still resonates years later. It's a perfect entry point to the upper half of the great tier. Raw, vulnerable, and perfect and unforgettable. Number 18. Screaming Session.
Wanna fuck around, get your life in check. I know you keep saying you ain't like the rest. Only wanna talk, but bitch, where's the walk? Keep on fucking trying, you'll be lined and chalk. Look for you a bitch, you don't want the smoke. Eat these fucking words, I hope that you choke. Cry about it, bitch, you ain't the fucking first.
Screaming Session is one of the most important early milestones in ChxmicaL's entire career, not just because of how raw and aggressive it sounds, but just because of what it represents. This was his second song he ever recorded, and it also became his first real success, pulling in around 23,000 views on YouTube in just 2 months. For an underground artist with no fanbase yet, that's insane. Even ChxmicaL himself has said he doesn't fully understand why people gravitated to it so hard, especially since he looks back on it now and thinks it's kinda ass. But that's the magic of the early era underground music. The imperfections are part of the charm. The song itself is pure chaos in the best way. It's violent, loud, and unfiltered, with Chem uploading every ounce of frustration he had at the time. The middle section is where the track really earns its title. He describes stepping on someone's skull, pressing down with his boots, and forcing them into a screaming session. It's theatrical, exaggerated, and intentionally over the top, the kind of horror imagery that would later evolve into his vampire era. Even here, you can see the seeds of the darker persona he'd eventually embrace. And then, there's a legendary misheard lyric. In my recent interview with him, Kim confirmed that the line was supposed to be, "Your blood is so viscous, your bones are so tough." But early fans, especially the ones who found him through the track, swore he said, "Your balls are so tough." It became one of the first inside jokes in the Kim community, and honestly, it fit the chaotic energy of the song perfectly. What makes the song stand out is how personal it feels. He talks about betrayal, lies, guilt, and someone being eaten alive by their own actions. It's not just violence for shock value, it's tied to real emotional frustration. The repetition of the opening lines at the end brings the whole track full circle, like he's stuck in the same cycle of anger and disappointment. Screaming Session lands at number 18 because it's one of the strongest early tracks that still holds up today. It's raw, messy, aggressive, but it has that clarity and confidence that makes it more than just shock value. You can hear the beginnings of the artist he'd become, the tone, the imagery, the persona, all forming right here. Number 17. Demon.
Pull up all these fucking bitches, shoot them in their fucking chest. Talking shit behind my back and acting like the fucking rest. Breaking every bone inside their body till there's nothing left. Babe, it's just a track, there's no need to get so fucking brass. Damn, to think I ever gave a fuck and now it's too late. You're mad because I'm better and your music is fake.
Demon is the most vicious, unfiltered diss track in ChxmicaL's entire catalog, a full transformation to the villain persona he'd always hinted at, but never embraced this completely. For the very first line, he's not just angry, he's hunting. The delivery is sharp, the tone is cold, and every bar feels like it's aimed directly at someone who pushed him way too far. We're not naming names, but the target is very clearly real. The entire track is built around dominance, retaliation, and calling out fake behavior. He tears into someone for talking behind his back, faking loyalty, copying his style, and trying to ride his success. The way he phrases it, calm, confident, and almost amused, makes the diss hit even harder. This isn't chaotic rage, it's controlled destruction. The production matches the energy perfectly. The beat is dark, heavy, and cinematic, with that demonic aesthetic that fits the title. The mixing is clean, the vocals punch true, and the pacing never lets up. It's one of those songs where you can feel the tension rising with every line. What really elevates Demon is how personal it feels without ever becoming messy. He never says the person's name, but the references are sharp enough that anyone who knows the lore can connect the dots. It's the same precision he showed on My Blade X Your Face, but turned up to 11. More confident, more polished, and way more aggressive. And the artwork? While flawed upon closer inspection, it's absolutely fitting. The demonic anime-style illustration with the glowing red eyes and the black-red energy captures the exact energy of the track. ChxmicaL stepping fully into the role of a villain, embracing the darkness instead of running from it. Demon lands at number 17 because it's one of the strongest diss persona tracks he's ever made. It's sharp, stylish, and brutally direct. It's a track that proves ChxmicaL can weaponize his voice, his writing, and his aesthetic all at once. Number 16. My Blade X Your Face.
Fucking on your bitch, got my dick all in her tummy. Got you from the face, cause I think this shit is funny. Your bitch is on my day, she keep bouncing like a bunny. Cannot find me in the streets, cause I'm fucking on your honey. Call me out, bitch, thinking that I go right back. Telling me to pull up, acting like you gonna fight back. Hit you in the motherfucking head with a spike bag. Carving out your motherfucking face because you like that. Picking up the pieces while they rotting on the floor. Watch the blood drip from your body, and my blade come back for more. Thinking that you say I use her for the money. Damn, you act like she is yours. Blade up on my hip.
My Blade X Your Face is one of the coldest, sharpest diss tracks in ChxmicaL's catalog. A song where he drops the emotional chaos, drops the heartbreak, and goes straight for the throat. This isn't subtle and it isn't coded. He's clearly aiming at someone specific, but the beauty of the track is that he never explicitly says a name. Instead, he lets the tone, the bars, the attitude do all the talking. The entire song feels like a warning shot. Its delivery is calm but threatening, the flow is tight, and the writing is way more focused than some of his early aggressive tracks. It's controlled, calculated, and almost smug. He sounds like someone who's already won the argument before the beat even drops. The production helps a lot here, especially since the song just got a revisit. The beat is dark and metallic with that villain theme energy he loves to tap into. The mixing is clean, the vocals sit perfectly, and every line lands with weight. It's a kind of track where you can hear that confidence in every syllable. What makes this song stand out is how personal it feels without ever being explicit. He throws out the lines that clearly reference real drama, real betrayal, and real frustration, but he keeps it artistic instead of messy. It's a perfect balance between a diss track and a horror trap anthem, and it shows how much he'd grown as a writer by this point. So why does it land at the top of great tier? Because it's one of the strongest dark persona tracks he's ever made, and easily one of his best diss style performances. It's sharp, stylish, and full of attitude. My Blade X Your Face is absolutely a great tier highlight. A clean, confident, dangerous track that proves Chem can do aggression without losing control. Number 15. Toxic.
ChxmicaL, you're so toxic.
Run it back, take a breath, take 2 shots to your fucking death. Take a step, don't look back, stab this knife to your fucking chest. Run it back, take a breath, take 2 shots to your fucking death. Take a step.
Starting off the peak tier, Toxic is the perfect name for the perfect storm. This was ChxmicaL's first release of 2026, and he came in the year swinging, angry, focused, and absolutely locked the fuck in. This track isn't just aggressive, it's a full-on diss, aimed directly at someone specific, we're not naming any names, and he doesn't hide it for a second. Every line drips with venom, frustration, and that signature "I'm done with your bullshit" energy. The repeated sections, the ones where he keeps on cycling through the same pattern of run it back, take a breath, take 2 shots, give the song a hypnic, almost ritualistic feel. It's like he's sharpening the same blade over and over, getting more intense each time. The delivery is tight, the flow is relentless, and the tone is way more controlled than his older chaotic tracks. The middle section of the song is where the diss becomes unmistakable. He throws out lines about breaking someone down, stepping on their chest, calling out fake talk, and brushing off people who try to ride his success.
Working with these motherfuckers back, tell them walk all, bust him in the skull, coming back with a sawed off. Stepping on his motherfucking chest near a truck stop, carving up his gun till that motherfucker falls off. Taking my shot cause I know that he talk shit, 200k and that boy think he hot shit. Fuck you with me, don't you know that I'm toxic? Shot through the heart and I knew that my shots hit.
It's personal, it's sharp, and it's easily one of the most confident performances he's ever put on a track. You can hear the shift. This is ChxmicaL upping an older era. Production-wise, the beat is heavy and metallic, matching a violent confrontational tone. The mixing is clean as hell, the vocals punch through, and the whole track feels like a statement piece. And the fun fact makes it even better. The cover art was originally a piece of fan art from 2025, repurposed and reevaluated into official artwork. It's a cool nod to the community and a reminder how deeply connected Kim is to his fan base. Toxic lands at number 15 because it's the perfect entry point into the peak tier, aggressive, polished, personal, and overflowing with confidence. It's not just a diss track, it's a declaration that 2026 ChxmicaL is a different beast entirely. Number 14, ILY, or I Love You.
Fuck with me, baby, I ain't know what you about, but I'm trying to figure out how my life would be without you. But I don't want that to be, but all this doubt in my mind, I'm just trying to make you see how much you mean to me. They say we ain't about it, but baby, I really want it. But fuck it, my love is toxic, and baby, you ain't about it. All the times that we fight and I stay up the whole night crying. Pretty girl, I'm fucking trying, I'm wanting to make you happy, and the way that you're smiling, there really ain't no denying that I love you past the lens, we make it until we're dying.
ILY, or I Love You, is one of the softest, most vulnerable tracks in ChxmicaL's entire catalog, a complete tonal shift from the chaos, toxicity, and aggression of the songs below it. This is ChxmicaL in full emotional mode, insecure, hopeful, scared, and genuinely trying to hold on to someone he cares about. It's the kind of track that reminds you he's not just a horror trap artist, he can write real love songs too. The lyrics are all about doubt, trust issues, and the fear of losing someone you actually want to build something with. He talks about staying up all night crying, trying to make the other person see how much they mean to him, and wrestling with the idea that love is both beautiful and dangerous. Lines about love being a hazard, trust being difficult, and wanting reassurance give the song a surprisingly mature emotional core. The production is clean and dreamy, with a soft instrumental that let his voice sit right into the center. It's simple, but the simplicity works. It feels like a late night confession recorded in one take. There's no yelling or distortion or chaos, just honesty. And here's the coolest part. I was the one that upscaled the art to HD after Kim asked me to. That alone gives this track a special place in my ranking. It's not just a song I like, it's a song I helped preserve and present in a way that it deserves to be seen. IOI lands at number 14 because it's one of the most emotionally sincere songs he's ever made. It's not as complex or explosive as tracks above it, but its vulnerability, clear mixing, and heartfelt writing makes it a standout in the peak tier. Number 13. Sanrio Girls in Your Area.
Push the blade into your stomach. Fuck your rags, get your fucking days, cause I'm coming. Paranormal lurking till the night becomes nothing. Touch up on me, baby, yeah, I know that you want it. Gonna push the blade into your stomach.
One of the most stylish, confident, and aesthetically tight tracks in ChxmicaL's entire catalog. A perfect fit for the peak tier. This is Kim at his most charismatic, playful, dangerous, flirtatious, and fully in control of the vibe. The song blends cute core imagery with violent bars in a way that only he could pull off, turning Hello Kitty aesthetics into a weapon. The hook is instantly addictive. The stutter flow, the paranormal references, the blade imagery, the touch up on me baby line, it all creates this hypnotic rhythm that loops in your head long after the song ends. It's aggressive, but it's also fun. It's almost teasing. The balance is what makes this track stand out. The verse is where the personality really shines. He flexes, he mocks, he brags, and he paints a whole scene. Girls flying out to see him, matching outfits, late night calls, and someone dodging texts because she's too busy obsessing over him. It's toxic, but it's also delivered with such confidence and humor that it becomes one of his most entertaining performances. The Hello Kitty crop top line is iconic, and it's the exact kind of detail that makes the song feel alive. What makes this track peak tier is how effortless it feels. The flow is smooth, the mixing is clean, and the aesthetic is fully realized. It's not trying to be emotional or aggressive or sad, it's just Kim having fun and flexing his persona at full power, and it works. Sanrio Girls in Your Area lands at number 13 because it's one of the most replayable, stylish, and personality-driven songs he's ever made. It's cute, it's toxic, it's violent, and it's flirty. The perfect blend of everything that makes ChxmicaL unique. Fun fact, this track actually holds a unique record in ChxmicaL's entire catalog. It has the most alternative cover arts of any ChxmicaL song, a total of 4 different versions because Kim was so indecisive. Number 12. Cyber Slut.
Like damn, little shorty wanna fuck, cause she wrapped around my waist and I know she tryna suck. Give me fucking time, cause I'm running out of luck. You can see me on the dime, you can be my cyber slut. Glitch my way right through the matrix. Wanna fuck because I am faceless. Get to know me on a slutty basis. Only wanting me cause I'm making it famous.
Cyber Slut is one of the most addictive glitch aesthetic tracks in ChxmicaL's catalog. A perfect blend of cybertrap energy, flirtatious toxicity, and that neon-lit digital persona he taps into so well. It's fast, sharp, and instantly memorable, which is exactly why it sits comfortably in the peak tier. One of the funniest details about this song is the cover art history. The original cover actually spelled the title wrong. It was missing the R. When Kim realized he didn't fix the font or adjust the design, he straight up changed the entire cover, saying he was too lazy to go back and find the original fonts again. It's such a classic Kim moment. Chaotic, honest, and unintentionally iconic. Musically, the track is a rush. The beat builds up over 16 seconds, but afterwards the flow is tight and the whole track feels like it's a late night rave. But the best part, and the reason the song stands out, is how it tricks you. The first time you heard it, you thought it ended around the 55-second mark, only to realize there was still another 40 seconds left. It's the first time a ChxmicaL track genuinely fakes you out, and the surprise gives it a unique charm in its discography. The second half of the song comes back harder, almost like a secret bonus section. It's glitchy, seductive, and full of that digital lover energy the title promises. The pacing, the structure, the vibe, everything feels intentional, even when it's chaotic. Cyber Slut lands at number 12 because it's one of the most replayable and stylistic distinct songs he's ever made. It's fast, fun, and full of personality, with a cover art history that makes it even more memorable. A perfect peak tier entry. Lot to read, isn't it? Number 11. Bloody Things. Roxas featuring ChxmicaL.
ChxmicaL Dose.
bitch had me geeking from the fucking jump. Everything I ever fucking wanted was to feel enough. Guess that doesn't matter because all I do is fuck it up. Doesn't really matter, fucked up baddie and she likes it rough.
Bloody Fangs isn't just a song, it's a turning point. This track marks the exact moment ChxmicaL entered a new era. That moment his persona shifted from toxic underground menace into something darker, sharper, and fully realized. As of February 2026, it's officially canonical that this song is where ChxmicaL's avatar becomes a vampire. Not metaphorically, not stylistically, literally part of his persona now. And the funniest part, this transformation doesn't even happen on his own track. It happens on Rox's turf, which makes a whole lore shift feel even more chaotic and perfectly in character. And honestly, it's perfect. ChxmicaL starts with a chorus that feels like the moment the fangs actually grow in. His delivery is obsessive, hungry, and way more controlled than his earlier chaotic persona. The "Let Me In" line hits especially hard. It's classic vampire folklore, but twisted into something emotional and desperate. This is the first time he sounds like a creature who knows what he is. The transformation isn't symbolic, it's baked into the performance. The entire track is dripping with vampiric energy. The hunger, the seduction, the danger, the cold confidence. Even before it was confirmed, us fans could feel this shift. The delivery is smoother, the tone is darker, and the lyrics leans into that supernatural edge he'd only hinted at before. This is where the things come out, both lyrically and aesthetically. The production is clean and atmospheric, with a beat that feels like it's pulsing under the moonlight. Kim's flow is controlled but threatening, like he's stalking the instrumental instead of writing it. The imagery is vivid, blood, shadows, obsession, and that signature mix of romance and violence that defines his best works. Roxas dominates the song's structure. His verses are the backbone of the track, grimy, reckless, and drenched into that predatory nightlife energy. He's not just a collaborator, he's the architect of the world the song lives in. The imagery he uses is violent, seductive, and unapologetically panveric, and he repeats it twice like a ritual. He's the one that sets the rules, the blood, the chokehold, the danger, the "we're gonna die young" ethos. Without Roxas, this wouldn't be a vampire track, it would just be another Dark Kim song. He's the catalyst. What makes Bloody Fangs peak tier is how effortless his transformation feels. It doesn't sound like he's trying on a new persona, it sounds like he's finally stepped into the one that he'd always meant to have. This track bridges between the old Kim and the vampire era that defines everything after. It lands at number 11 because it's not just a great song, it's a lore milestone, a moment fans will always point out to as the birth of the modern Kim persona. The fangs, the darkness, the aesthetic, it all starts here. Another fun detail, this is one of the rare tracks where Kim doesn't use his primary producer tag of ChxmicaL You're So Toxic. Instead, he drops an alternative one, ChxmicaL Don't Do 'Em Like That, which already signals this song sits outside of the usual universe. It's a different lane, a different energy, and a different era entirely. Number 10. Blood Taste, Lux Annex featuring ChxmicaL.
Love the blood taste on my lips. Size of me, come move those hips. Waste ourselves until we're sick and head upstairs, let's make it quick. Love the blood taste on my lips. Size of me, come move those hips. Waste ourselves until we're sick and head upstairs, let's make it quick. Girl, you know you love me, can I tell you all my secrets, baby? There's some shit about me that I know will make you think I'm crazy. Think I fell in love, but guess I'll wait because my vision's hazy.
Blood Taste is one of the sleekest, most polished tracks in both ChxmicaL's and Lux Annex's entire catalog. A dark, seductive club song that blends horror aesthetic imagery with dance floor energy. It's the kind of track that proves Kim isn't just good at toxic anthems or emotional breakdowns, he can make something smooth, catchy, and aesthetic without losing its edge. The intro sets the tone immediately. A club beat ready from DJ Pluck's Sunset, a hypnotic rhythm, and Kim slipping into a confident, almost flirtatious delivery. The chorus is simple but insanely effective, the kind of hook that loops in your head long after the song ends. It's all about temptation, movement, and the signature mix of romance and danger he loves to play with. ChxmicaL's verse is surprisingly vulnerable beneath the surface. He talks about secrets, fear of seeming crazy, and the feeling of wanting to stay but knowing he can't be tamed. It's a softer emotional core wrapped into a seductive exterior, and it gives the tracks more depth than you'd expect from a club-style song. Then, Lux Annex comes in, and she completely changes the energy.
Wish that I could stay, but guess I can't, cause nobody can tame me.
Tell me that you love the taste. Tell me that you love my pretty face.
verse is sharp, intoxicating, and full of nightlife imagery. Drinking, dancing, losing control, and leaning into the chaos. She matches Kim's vibe perfectly, turning the song into a duet where both artists are spiraling together in different ways. Her final lines, with the imagery of blood on the floor and the rush it gives her, push the track into full Vamp Club territory. The production is clean, the mixing is crisp, and the chemistry between the two artists is some of the best in ChxmicaL's entire collaborative catalog. It's dark, sexy, and atmospheric without ever feeling messy. Blood Taste lands at number 10 because it's one of the most replayable tracks in the peak tier, polished, addictive, and perfectly balanced between seductive and sinister. Number 9. Obsession.
Tell me that you love me, can't you see I've had enough? When you're lying through your teeth and I can see right through your bluff. There's nobody else that loves me, don't you be so fucking rough. So I'll stalk you from the shadows, guess you're not so fucking tough, huh? I take this knife I carry, force it through your skin. That'll teach you not to lie, fuck around with other men. Once I have you by your throat, I'll give you to the count of 10. You gon' wish you never said that we should just be fucking friends.
Obsession is one of the darkest, most unhinged early ChxmicaL tracks. The kind of song that doesn't just show off his toxic persona, it defines it. This is ChxmicaL at his most possessive, dramatic, and theatrically violent, leaning fully into the idea of a relationship so warped that love, jealousy, and control all blur everything together. The whole track plays like a meltdown delivered through gritted teeth, where every line is an escalation of, if I can't have you, no one can. What makes it hit hard is how emotionally naked it feels beneath the chaos. The song isn't shock value, it's a portrait of someone who feels abandoned, humiliated, and terrified of being replaced, and instead of coping, he spirals into obsession. The desperation is loud, messy, and intentionally uncomfortable. It's the earliest version of the toxic lover persona that he would later evolve into something more stylized, but here it's raw and unfiltered. For the production by Ziller matches the entire energy perfectly, cold, claustrophobic, and pulsing like a panic attack. And the tag, ChxmicaL You're So Toxic, is iconic. It's one of the most recognizable elements of his early era, even to this day, and this track is where that identity really crystallizes. Even the outro breaks a fourth wall, reminding that beneath all the theatrics, Kim is still a self-aware artist building a persona in real time. Obsession earns a spot at number 9 because it's foundational. It's messy, intense, and emotionally extreme, but it's also the blueprint for the character ChxmicaL would become. Without this song, the later eras, the heartbreak, the villain arcs, and even the vampire lore wouldn't hit the same. This is where the toxicity becomes canonical. Number 8. Horror Flick.
Fuck a click, cause you bitches on my dick. Can't keep on talking shit because my trigger finger itch. Wanna fuck with me, so you better make it quick. Quick into your dreams like a fucking horror flick. Swing it to the left and then I swing it to the right. Ripping out your guts, I can go all fucking night. Pussy tryna talk but he ain't put it never fight. Knife into your chest and watch you bleed out of the light. Damn, this pussy keeps talking. Stealing on my moves, so I know he stays stalking.
Horror Flick is a moment where early era ChxmicaL stops pretending to be a person and fully commits to being a movie monster. This track is pure villain energy, loud, reckless, and delivered with the confidence of someone who knows he's the final jump scare. The whole song plays like a slasher film told from the killer's point of view, where every line is another threat, another flex, and another reminder that he's the one in control. The chorus is iconic for that reason. It's fast, taunting, and built around the creeping in your dreams imagery that makes the whole track feel like a nightmare sequence. Kim isn't just talking tough, he's performing a character, leaning into the idea of being the unstoppable force in someone else's story. It's exaggerated, theatrical, and intentionally over the top. The verse is where the persona really locks in. He's petty, confrontational, and obsessed with dominance. Not just emotional dominance like in later eras, but physical and territorial. I run this whole scene type of dominant. It's the kind of writing that makes it feel like it was shouted into a dark room at 2 a.m. The repetition of the hook lines only adds to the effect, like a horror villain repeating the same motion again and again because he can. And of course, the classic ChxmicaL You're So Toxic hits perfectly here. This is exactly the kind of track that made the tag legendary. It's a blueprint of the early toxic persona, aggressive, unhinged, and delivered with a grin. Horror Flick earns its spot at number 8 because it's one of the purest distillations of early Kim energy. No lore, no heartbreak, no supernatural evolution, it's just raw chaos and a persona that feels like it's ripped straight from a midnight slasher. It's messy, it's wild, and it's unforgettable. Number 7. Synthetic Desire.
Trust, robot bitch on my dick like what? Matrix Mark with an AI slut. Hack her brain and give no fuck. She can't lie, have her trust. Shut the fuck up talking pussy, it's too late to stop me now. Got so high from all her love and I'm not ever coming down. Think that you can talk to me but I can't hear you make a sound. Bitch, I'm at the top and you
Synthetic Desire is one of the most addictive cybercharged tracks in ChxmicaL's entire catalog, a perfect fusion of digital lust, mechanical coldness, and that signature toxic confidence he brings into his best work. Released on Halloween of 2025, the timing is a bit unfitting for its release date, as this isn't a scary song or a violent one like Horror Flick. Instead, the whole thing feels like a neon-lit android fantasy, seductive, dangerous, and a little bit unhinged. The lyrics paint a world where love isn't emotional, it's engineered. Kim leans fully into the cybernetic aesthetic here: robot bitches, AI sluts, hacked brains, circuits, systems, and digital bodies hidden in the network. It's in the same emotional universe as AI generated, but way more playful, more physical, and way more club-ready. Instead of feeling numb, he feels powerful, like he's in control of the machine. The hook is insanely catchy. The repetition of "robot bitch on my dick like what?" Matrix whore with an AI slut line gives the whole song this hypnotic mechanical rhythm, like an earworm glitching in your head. It's not simple nor complex, but that's exactly why it works. It drills itself into your brain and refuses to leave. The verses go even harder. He's dismissive, cocky, and fully into his egotistic art. He talks about being untouchable, about people trying to talk to him but not being worthy of his time, about being on the top while everyone else is beneath him. It's classic him flexing, but he's wrapped in a cyberpunk shell. The "bitch I'm at the top and you will never fucking steal my crown" line hits especially hard. It's the kind of bar that defines his whole track's attitude. And then there's the imagery, keeping circles on his waist, hiding bodies in the system, and leaving no trace. It might be violent, but in that theatrical sci-fi way that makes this song feel like a digital mobster film. It's one of the cleanest blends in ChxmicaL's toxic persona, cyber aesthetic, and cocky delivery. The production by DJ Pluck Sunset, the same person who produced Blood Taste, is cold and synthetic. Get it? The writing is sharp, and the energy is cranked to the max. Synthetic Desire lands at number 7 because it's one of the most strongest releases of 2025, my second favorite in the entire year, and a perfect example of how Kim can take a concept and turn it into a fully realized world. It's dark, it's digital, it's seductive, and it hits every single time. Number 6. Fear. All I Want Is You.
You left me here to waste. My life is nothing without your face. I wish that you could see me now. Wish I was 6 feet in the
All I Want Is You is one of the most emotionally exposed songs in ChxmicaL's entire catalog. A rock-driven breakdown where heartbreak, regret, and self-destruction all collide. Even the title change adds to its mystique. It quietly shifted from fear, in parentheses, all I want is you, to simply all I want is you. Almost like this song stripped away its defenses the same way the narrator does. The track opens with a classic toxic era tag, but the moment the verse hits, the tone changes. Instead of chaos or aggression, Kim sounds exhausted, like someone who's been carrying pain for way too long. The imagery is heavy, but the delivery is soft, almost resigned. It feels less like a threat and more like someone who's admitting they're breaking. The chorus is the emotional center of the song. Lines about being left behind, feeling worthless, and wanting to disappear hit harder because of how raw the performance is. And when he reaches the part of the song he sings, he doesn't scream it like he does in R.I.P. or Curb Stomp. It's a soft scream, strained, vulnerable, almost cracking. It's like the sound of someone trying not to fall apart but failing anyway. That delivery is what makes this track stand out. It's not rage, it's grief. The post-chorus, all I want is you, repeated like a mantra, feels obsessive but not in a violent way of his early tracks. It's desperate, it's pleading. It's the sound of someone who knows a relationship is over but can't emotionally detach. And then the outro hits. A voicemail-style confession from a woman who says she just called to hear his voice. It's quiet, shaky, and full of mixed feelings. She misses him, but not with the same intensity he misses her. That imbalance is the final twist of the knife. All I Want Is You lands at number 6 because it's one of the most human songs Kim has ever made. No persona, no theatrics, and no monster mask. Just heartbreak, longing, and the kind of pain that can't behind distortion. It's messy, vulnerable, and truly unforgettable. And now, we enter the infinite replay tier. At number 5 is Red Dot, ChxmicaL featuring Zealous Hurt.
Yeah, big Glock on me, little bitch. Leave a blood stain, 2 twin pistols, little bitch, like a Max Payne. Pull up like it's grocery, bitch, got a gang bang. Hit him like a church window, it's a pace. Yeah, look at my house, little bitch, not the same. Put him in a choke, little bitch, zero gang. Yeah, pull it out fast and I hit him with a freeze frame. Pocket so swole, little bitch, that's my name. Mask out, racks out, fuck with that ass out. Shorty so bad, man, I fuck till I pass out. Walk around town, little bitch, on my cash out. Yes, I'm the captain, I'll walk on my stash out.
Red Dot is pure adrenaline, a non-stop barrage of flexing, violence, ego, and a chaotic swagger that never lets up for even a single second. This is one of those tracks where the energy is so high, so aggressive, and so confidently delivered that you can't help but replay it over and over. It's a definition of infinite replay tier. Even though this is technically ChxmicaL's track, Zealous Hurt absolutely steals the attention by starting off the song just as strong as he did like in Bounce Bitch. But make no mistake, because once ChxmicaL enters the song, he steals the spotlight the moment he enters. But speaking of mistakes, it's clear that I've made one. At number 22, I said earlier that Bounce Bitch was the only song to have the N-word in it, said by Zealous Hurt. I was mistaken, as this song as well says the same word, also said by the same artist, Zealous Hurt, so forgive me for my mistake there. Anyways, his verse is one of the hardest, most disrespectful performances in his entire catalog. Every line is a punch, every bar is a threat, and the delivery is razor sharp. He's clearly talking to someone specific, the diss energy here is unmistakable, but he never names them. Instead, he lets the attention do all the talking.
Your ass down so you trick it out as it becomes like that. What's that? I don't think you like that. I'ma have to tell him that you walk around with fake tats. Better stop crying cause you acting like a damn brat. Get you around here then your skull's about to be flat. Lay your ass down on the ground when you come around. Better pipe it down.
His flow here is insane, fast, clean, and full of personality. The big Glock Red Dot hook hits like a truck, and the Slipknot references add to a perfect touch of the chaotic edge. The way he switches between threats, flexes, and insults make the verses feel alive, like he's pacing around the booth with a smirk on his face. And the bars, they're some of his most disrespectful. He calls out fake tattoos, bratty behavior, and people talking big but never backing it up, and someone whose skull is about to be flat. It's violent, theatrical, and delivered with the signature Kim confidence that makes his diss track so addictive. But the real magic of the song is the dynamic between Zealous Hurt and ChxmicaL. These two bounce off each other perfectly. Zealous brings in that raw, unfiltered aggression he's known for, and Kim matches it with a precision and charisma. They don't clash, they amplify each other. It's one of the best pairings in this entire ranking, and it's undeniable that they have incredible chemistry on this track. This is also one of the most unique songs in the catalog, as after Kim's verse finishes, we hear Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin speech to Spider-Man, and after it's done, Zealous Hurt jumps right back in. Red Dot lands at number 5 because it's one of the most replayable, high energy, and aggressively fun tracks in the whole list. It's loud, it's disrespectful, it's chaotic, and it's everything you want from a collab between these two. The fact that this song just got a revisit only adds to its replay value. Infinite Replay tier was made for songs like this. Number 4. Poison. ChxmicaL and Cyan featuring Robopup.
Baby, can I tell you how I'm trying to make you feel? And I'm crazy for you, baby, that's why I just keep it real. Downing the whole bottle, but it's just a couple pills. It's just drowning out the voices that are telling me to kill. You're telling me something, but girl, I did not hear. You say that you love me, but girl, that is not fair. My soul is just burning, I know you do not care. I know that you miss me, I'll be in your nightmares. Toxin secrets in my brain, baby, you know I'm insane. I'm the poison in your veins, without me you're not the same. Watch them start to fade away, body break down underway.
I know what you're thinking, and let me explain myself. Yeah, Poison used to sit at the very top of my list, and honestly, it's very easy to see why. This track is a fever dream, a toxic, intoxicating spiral where a love, addiction, and obsession all melt together until you can't tell where one ends and the other begins. But after a lot of careful thought and a lot of re-listening, it now lands at number 4. Not because I lost anything, but because I believe the songs above it just hit on an even deeper level. You'll see the 3 entries soon. Anyways, ChxmicaL opens the track with one of his most unhinged, emotionally unstable performances ever. He sounds half broken, half possessed, talking about pills, voices, and a love that burns you alive. There's this eerie numbness in his delivery, like he's already gone too far to pull himself back. It's one of the rawest moments in his entire catalog. The chorus is pure corrosive devotion, framing love as something that eats you from the inside out while still feeling irresistible. It's twisted but intentionally so, the kind of writing that makes Poison feel like a slow emotional overdose. Robopup slides in with that smooth, reckless confidence she always brings, adding a romantic but dangerous flavor to the chaos.
Crazy loving you feels so amazing.
Loving you feels so amazing. The way you got my heart racing. I like it when you go crazy. Tell me again, I'm your baby. I'm not scared, no, I can take it. I'm so high, I'm feeling faded. You got me intoxicated. Burn my phone obliterated. I don't need nobody else other than you and myself.
And Cyan nearly closes the track with a glitchy calm grounding everything without softening it.
can't bring me down, I know you bring me up. Every day making money, it's never enough. Shawty got a poker face, you look colored bluff. We can play no games on the arcade, we gon' full bro. Yeah, she like it rough, they cannot do it like us. It's more than the night, we on one hell of a run. Poison in my veins, poison in my lungs. I'm with them, the Robocop, but it's him we trust.
Toxic secrets in my brain.
But here's the important part. Even with two other artists, this still feels like a ChxmicaL song. His presence, his tone, his emotional universe, it dominates the track in the best way. The collaborators do enhance the world he built, but they don't overshadow him. There's also this detail that people miss. From the 38-second to the 1 minute 4-second mark, Robopop is quietly echoing Kim's lines in the background. With good headphones, it becomes this haunting call and response effect, like she's trapped inside the same toxic loop. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. And on a personal level, Poison will always be special. This was the first track I ever overanalyzed, the one that pushed me to give YouTube another shot back in August of 2025. That 35-minute breakdown ended up becoming my most successful analysis ever, pulling over 275 views on such a niche topic and proving that this whole journey was worth starting. Poison lands at number 4 because it's messy, paranoid, euphoric, and doomed. A perfect snapshot of love when it stops becoming healthy and starts becoming a drug. It may not be number 1 anymore, but it's one of the most defining songs in ChxmicaL's entire universe, and in mine. Number 3. AI generated, and Relax, completely made by a human.
Deep inside my mind, with my feelings trapped inside. Baby, I know that you're lying, I can see it in your eyes. Come a little closer just to read between the lines. Can't you see I don't exist, just a figment of your mind. AI generated, knowing that I'll never feel again.
AI Generated is one of the most polished, emotionally layered, and technically impressive songs ChxmicaL has ever released. And honestly, I wouldn't argue with anyone who puts this at number 2 or even number 1. Kim himself has said he thinks this is his best solo song, and it's easy to understand why. Everything about it feels intentional. The writing, the delivery, the production, the atmosphere. It's the sound of an artist who knows exactly what he wants to say and exactly how he wants to say it. The song blends digital loneliness with emotional numbness, turning the idea of being AI generated into a metaphor for feeling disposable, replaceable, and disconnected from your own emotions. The chorus hits with this cold, echoing emptiness, trapped feelings, lies you can see through, and the fear that you're nothing more than a projection in someone else's mind. It's haunting without being dramatic, and the restraint is what makes it powerful. The verse is where the song becomes something special. He talks about emotional shutdown, corrupted systems, love as a virus, and the fear of being broken beyond repair. The Spanish lines adds a surprising warmth before the track sinks back into the digital despair, and the good stutter effect, one of my favorite elements in music, is used perfectly here. It's not a stylistic choice, and reinforces the theme of a malfunctioning emotional system. Sure, it's subtle, but it does elevate the entire track to me. Another rare detail, AI Generated is one of the few ChxmicaL songs to ever receive a full lyric video, and I was the only one there when it premiered live. That alone just shows how much care went into this release. It wasn't just another drop, it was a full moment. And the meaning behind the song? Uncovering it is half the fun. Once you realize what he's actually talking about, the emotional numbness, the fear of being unreal, and the metaphor of love as a system failure, the lyrical play becomes so much clearer. Lines that seem simple at first suddenly hit with double meanings, and the whole track opens up into something deeper. AI Generated lands at number 3 because it's one of the most complete, intentional, and emotionally resonated songs in ChxmicaL's entire catalog. It's fully polished, it's haunted, it's beautifully written, and it captures a side of him that only appears in his strongest work. This is the infinite replay tier at its finest. Number 2. Psycho.
Girl, you looking fine with that blood on your face. I'm a psycho when I push you in my fucking place. Little shawty say my name while I fuck on her waist. So I cut up the body and I don't leave a trace. Climbing up the night so there's no way you bitches stopping me. 45 up on my wrist, the pussy's trying to talk to me. Trying to get a feature, but your music's not a part with me. Lie about your feelings, you a bitch, you cannot step to me. Keep on fucking talking, pussy, you know where I'm at. Got a baddie up in Texas and she lets me make it clap. Take your fucking life, I don't have time for us to chat. You can look at all the stats and see that you always last.
Psycho is the most explosive, charismatic, and aggressively confident solo track in ChxmicaL's entire catalog. And for me, it's my favorite solo Kim song of all time. This is the moment where every part of his persona snaps into a perfect alignment. The toxic charm, the violent aesthetic, the flexing, the emotional chaos, the humor, the swagger, it's all here, sharpened to a blade. The pre-chorus is instantly iconic. The blood imagery, the dominance, the twisted romance, and the way he delivers it feels like he's smirking through the mic. But the real magic happens at the 53rd second mark, when that woman's laugh cuts through the beat and she says he's pathetic.
Little bitch, you stuck up.
That moment is fucking legendary. The beat drops, the pre-chorus slams back in, and the entire song transforms. It's one of the most memorable transitions in his whole discography, the kind of moment that sticks with you forever. And the best part? In my interview, ChxmicaL revealed that the laugh wasn't planned at all. He asked a friend to put something together, and she sent that clip. He dropped into the song and instantly knew it worked. It's such a small detail, but it elevates the entire track. It adds personality, tension, and this weirdly perfect theatrical flair. Lyrically, ChxmicaL is packed with diss energy. He calls out people trying to get features, people lying about their feelings, people spamming his posts, people pretending they're on his level. It's not subtle, he's clearly talking to someone specific, but he never names them. Instead, he lets that attitude do all the talking. It's sharp, petty, funny, and vicious all at once. The production is another huge reason this song hits so hard. Ziller, the same producer behind Obsession, Horror Flick, Came From the Grave, and Demon, absolutely snapped here. At this point, Ziller and ChxmicaL are an unstoppable duo. They have a rare chemistry where the producer understands the artist's persona so well that every beat feels tailor-made. This is Kim's version of Robopop's Clen, a signature pairing that never misses. ChxmicaL lands at number 2 because it's one of the most complete, iconic, and personality-defining songs ChxmicaL has ever made. The writing, the delivery, the production, the transitions, everything just fucking hits. It's aggressive, it's stylish, it's theatrical, and it captures the exact energy that made people fall in love with his music in the first place. This is infinite replay tier perfection. And of course, the moment we had all been waiting for, number 1, Missing You, Love Siren and ChxmicaL. Missing You is the most emotionally powerful, beautifully constructed, and personally meaningful track in this entire ranking. It's the one song that captures everything I love about this scene. The vulnerability, the longing, the glitchy chaos, the dual perspective storytelling, and the chemistry between two artists who understand each other on a deeper level. This is my favorite ChxmicaL track of all time, and honestly, from an objective standpoint, it's easy to see why. The song opens with Love Siren, whose voice has that same ethereal, aching quality you hear in artists like Lex Annex. Soft, longing, almost fragile. There's this quiet sadness in her tone, like she's singing from a place of regret and memory. Her melodies float, they ache, and they reach. She sets the emotional foundation of the track, wanting someone, missing someone, dreaming of someone, even when you know the relationship is broken. Then the transition hits, and ChxmicaL steps in without breaking the mood.
I see you turning crazy. Wish you was the one I would've stayed until we both were ready. Now I stay alone and waste my time cause nobody can help me.
He matches her energy perfectly. His verse is full of heartbreak, anger, confusion, and that toxic signature vulnerability he does better than anyone else. He talks about burning love, lies he can see through, wishing he could stay with someone until old age, and the loneliness that follows when everything falls apart. It's raw, it's emotional, it's one of his most honest performances. And then there's the glitch stutter, of course my favorite musical element, used here in one of the most iconic ways in his entire discography. The way he breaks the word missing into that stuttering glitch is unforgettable.
Missing you.
It's not just a stylistic choice, it's emotional. It sounds like someone choking on their own feelings, like a memory glitching out in real time. That alone was enough to push the song high on my list. The back and forth structure between Love Siren and Kim is what makes this whole track special. It feels like two people telling the same story from opposite sides, one longing, one hurting, but both broken. And then Love Siren's final section hits, where her tone shifts from sadness to anger, from longing to obsession, from regret to possession. It's haunting, it's intense, and it adds a whole new layer to the song's meaning. And the fun fact makes it even better. This is one of the rare ChxmicaL songs where the glitch stutter is performed by him directly. This is only ever seen in Poison, and a small subtle one in AI generated. And it's one of the reasons this song stands out so strongly in his catalog.
Everything you want, so don't you treat me like a pet. Damn, it's kinda crazy, didn't think I'd end up this upset. Have you in your chest so that I love will just be laid to rest.
His collaboration is lightning in a bottle. Love Siren and ChxmicaL complement each other perfectly. Her softness, his intensity, her longing, and his pain. At the end of the track, we hear Kim laughing. Now, he did say that it was honestly just something he randomly put together, but I like to interpret it as him remembering the good times and finally able to be happy for a moment. If we ever get a song with ChxmicaL, Lexanix, Love Siren, oh my god, it would be the ultimate dream collab. The final form of this entire aesthetic. In the end, Missing You lands at number 1 because it's everything. Emotional, haunting, beautifully written, perfectly performed, and deeply personal. It's the song you replay, the song you feel, and the song that defines why you love his music in the first place. This is the crown of the ranking, and it deserves it. And that's it. We've reached the end of this entire ranking. Every tier, every song, every moment that made me fall in love with this artist's world. It's kinda surreal, honestly. When I started this project, I didn't expect it to turn into something this big, this detailed, or this personal. But going through every track, breaking down the meaning, the production, the lore, the emotions, it reminded me why I care about this music so much in the first place. ChxmicaL isn't just an underground artist to me, his songs mark eras. They capture moods that I didn't even know how to describe. The soundtrack memories, friendships, late night thoughts, and everything in between, and seeing how much he's grown, from Screaming Session all the way to the polished emotional chaos of AI generated and the raw vulnerability of Missing You, it's honestly inspiring. Thank you for watching, for listening, for caring, and being part of this journey with me. Whether you agree with my list or think I'm insane for some of these placements, I appreciate you for being here. And who knows, maybe in a year, we'll be back with a whole new ranking, because if there's one thing I've learned, it's that ChxmicaL never stops evolving. Until next time, replay the songs, support the artists, and stay toxic in the fun way. My name's Dr. Electro of the Electro Company. You just watched my second ever song ranking video. I'll catch you in the next one.